So please give me the biggest, warmest welcome to Sue Bellingham. Can I have this? Yeah, please. Okay. Oops, let's get some of this. Okay. Evening, everybody. I wonder if you'll just humour me for a minute while I show you something. This pair of trousers is a pair of golf trousers I've had for a couple of years. And 2 years ago, these trousers were snug. And I mean snug, to the point where I'd pull them on and then have to do a series of squats and lunges and even a little bit of twerking to stretch the fabric a little bit so that they didn't look quite so tight and they didn't show so many lumps and bumps. Now, I'm showing you this tonight because I want to show you what's possible, because most people think that once you reach midlife, that you can't lose weight, that this is all you've got, that it's an uphill losing battle from here, and I'm here to tell you tonight that it's really not. I've come to learn on my own journey of releasing 6 stone in the last 2 years that thank you. That there are 4 steps involved in achieving this. And I'm going to talk about those 4 steps tonight, but I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to give you a very abridged version of this. Now, of course, nutrition plays a massive part in any health transformation, because if you're not nourishing your body with the right foods at the right times, you are going to fail. And I'm not talking about dieting here, because I know from experience for over 30 years I have been dieting and failing every single time. Diets don't work. Those things are bloody evil. And I know through many years of standing in front of the mirror and poking and prodding bits of me that I wanted to shrink, and realizing that actually those bits were getting larger, that because another diet hadn't worked. Weight loss was just always a goal of mine that seemed to be unachievable. It seemed to be out of reach for me. And only a couple of years ago, I couldn't walk up 2 flights of stairs without absolutely gasping for breath when I got to the top. But now I am quite astonished at how much more toned my body is, and it's a breeze. Walking up 2 flights of stairs is an absolute breeze. You see, I've also learned that all of my past gym memberships have been a total waste of my time and a total waste of money, because what I was working on while I was there was the wrong stuff. I've realized that, and I've learned that what we need to be concentrating on are strength exercises. Because ladies, once we reach the age of 35, we start losing muscle, and we lose a little bit more muscle as the years go on. And it's actually muscle that revs up the metabolism. So if you're not doing strength exercises and you have got a weight problem, I suggest you start doing those. But here's what most people don't tell you when they talk about losing weight and getting more healthy. Now, most experts are going to talk to you about nutrition and exercise, because most experts are nutritionists and personal trainers, right? But what you really need to know to allow transformation to happen, what the defining moment for me was a shift in my mindset and a dedication to self-care. Now, I could talk to you about these 2 particular subjects for hours, but I don't have the time to do that. But what you really need to know to allow transformation to happen... Oh, I've done that already, sorry. Okay. But if you ignore those 2 aspects, what you're essentially doing is forcing change upon yourself without addressing the underlying issues that underpin healthy habits. So if you're in the audience tonight and you struggled with weight, or you know somebody who struggled with weight, please know that 95% of the time that weight is there based on emotion. Either a lack of self-love, a lack of self-forgiveness, or something else. It's not because you're eating tons of the wrong foods every single day. It's because you're carrying a burden that you're not releasing yourself from. So how many of you have found yourself at the end of a packet of biscuits when you had only intended to eat 1 or 2? Yes. Yes. How many of you have opened the fridge or the snack cupboard because you have been fueled by anger or sadness at not being respected, or because you felt like your voice isn't being heard, or you're feeling like you're not enough? Quick show of hands there. It's not just me then. And this is why getting support with mindset and focusing on self-love and forgiveness are so critical in a journey to becoming a healthier you. And there are many different ways that you can do this. And a few that have worked for me are, I absolutely believe in meditation. It is probably the easiest to learn and the most available personal development tool on the planet. I believe in journaling because it is amazing the deep down and difficult yet powerfully honest conversations you can have with yourself while you're journaling. And I also believe in EFT or tapping, because this is a great way to release yourself from anxiety, stresses, and emotional hurts, and bring just a little bit more positivity and energy into your life. Now, any of you can leave here tonight and do any of those, but really it's all about the mindset and the self-love. And getting through a journey like this requires the support of a mentor or coach. And that's one of the things I did right at the start of my journey. And as I started to watch myself evolve into the woman I am now, so the smaller version, the healthier version, the happier version, women began to ask me, "Sue, what are you doing?" And this is a question that I'm being asked a lot at the moment. Actually, can you raise your hand if you know you haven't reached your health goals because you've not been able to help to consistently hold yourself accountable, or you've not had anybody else holding you accountable? Again, because it's difficult, because our subconscious mind rules us all of the time, it's going to want to pull you back to where you feel safe. So recognizing that, there's a great quote by a woman called Deborah Day, which goes, recognizing that you're not where you want to be is the starting point of beginning to change your life. And this is so true, because 3 years ago, I was literally on the edge of a nervous breakdown. I was overweight, extremely overweight. My default emotion was anger. I had a very, what's the word I'm looking for? My future looked bleak, quite frankly, because of the health issues that were beginning to manifest. So the first step in changing what's not working in your life is to acknowledge that you might not be where you want to be right now. And the second step is allowing yourself to grieve for what might have been. When you begin to feel your emotions and allow them to come through rather than avoiding them, this is when the healing can begin. And with acceptance, you become ready to let that shit go. Sorry, am I allowed to swear? Yeah, okay. And to create exactly what you want in your life. Now, I've talked very briefly about the 4 steps, which are nutrition, exercise, mindset, and self-care. And these 4 things are collectively important for any health transformation. Because if you think about it, if you've got a roof that has got 4 holes in it, and you only repair one of those holes, you're still left with a roof that's got 3 holes in it, and it's going to keep letting in water. So it's not about addressing one of these at a time. It's about all of them comprehensively, because it really is an integrated approach to change. So I decided I was going to start teaching on how to do this. And bearing in mind the fact that my legs are actually really, really shaking right now, I begin to ask myself why. And to tell you that if you are being held hostage by a lack of self-forgiveness, a lack of self-worth, if you are constantly eating your emotions, if you are filled with anxiety and stress, then just know that it is possible to turn it all around. I mean, I haven't pulled them on, but I have kind of demonstrated that if I put these trousers on, they are just going to fall to the floor. So I've literally shown you what's possible if you put your mind to it. So whatever anybody is telling you isn't possible, I'm here tonight to bust that myth. Now, I want to extend an invitation to you. I'm actually going to be starting up an accountability group. And I'm inviting three people to come and join me on this 8-week experience. So by the time we reach Christmas and New Year, you will be a different woman, you will have more energy, and you will have more focus. And you will have better habits as well. Now, I saw hands going up in the audience a little while ago from people who said they lacked accountability. So this is your chance to really show true commitment to yourself by having the courage to raise your hand and say, yes, I need this. So I'm going to challenge you to take a form, which is on the table there, and fill it out and get it back to me by the end of the night, so that I can make sure that anybody who wants to join in this experience will be able to have a space on this program. So that's me. I don't know how I'm doing for time, a little bit over. All that remains for me to say is thank you very much for listening to me tonight, and enjoy the rest of the evening.